Back to school season is underway, and that includes college-bound students. Joining us with some expert advice is international speaker, best-selling author, and founder of College Moxie, a nonprofit that empowers college students, Liz Clark. Liz is also a native Tulsan, living in California right now. Liz, good morning.
Good morning, Julie.
Okay, so you travel the country, you talk to college students, so you're plugged in. What are the critical things we should be talking to our students about before they head off to college?
So our mission is to empower every student to know their worth. We love to help them connect motives with behaviors so they choose things that are really serving them well.
So how do we start that conversation?
A great place to start is by establishing reasonable expectations and deciding now that you're willing to be a soft space for them to land. Perfect isn't real, and there will be times that their humanness shows up in these new environments and takes over some of their decision making. And so studies show that students that are comfortable having conversations about their personal lives with their parents, especially when they can talk about their mistakes or their speed bumps, are actually less likely to engage in high-risk behaviors. So you're doing a really great thing if you can just create an environment that is a safe space for them to land and to learn that they're resilient and that they're strong and all of those great things.
I remember when I went off to college, I was really scared to leave home for the first time. And my parents did exactly that. They said, well, you can always come back. You know, we'll always be here for you. But that did help me to launch. They did give me that safe place to land. You also say help students know that they need to be their own best advocates as well, right?
Absolutely. Yes. So, you know, any roadblock can become a speed bump if we are just intentional about how we look at things. And so making sure that we are speaking up for ourselves and knowing what it is that is best serving us. You know, going into these new environments, oftentimes we're so focused on making friends and being liked and just taking in this whole new world that we don't always listen to our intuition. We always say, you have a gut that is worth trusting, and students need to hear that so often in these new environments where they're making decisions for the first time without a curfew and they don't have a fully developed frontal lobe. Every option is available to them. And so them being able to speak up and say, you know what, this is something I'm really not comfortable with is so key. And oftentimes it's the best way to empower a friend to be able to speak up and stand up for what they believe too.
You spoke about listening to your gut. You know, also when they were living at home, they had to listen to their parents a little bit. But in this new environment, you know, mom isn't always there saying, you know, do this, do your homework. It's time to do this. So how can we help with time management in this new environment?
Great question. So I think one of the keys is having those conversations ahead of time to make sure that they know how they are best set up for success. What does their study environment look like when they're really retaining and soaking in information in a way that they're going to remember it for a test? Is that alone? Do they do better in a group? Is that with music? Is it in their room or at the library? Simply having self-awareness around what sets us up best is going to help them when all of a sudden they have all of these social distractions and there's no longer a professor checking in to say, how's that assignment coming? It's just due when it's due.
Liz Clark, some great tips this morning. Liz has many more resources on our website, collegemoxie.org. That also includes your podcast, right? You have a podcast on your website?
Do.
Yeah, you can also follow her on social media. Liz, thanks for your time this morning.
Thanks for having me, Julie.